My yesterday predictions about France defeating Spain have not materialized. Something went wrong. A lot of things went wrong. A lot of things went right for Spain. Let's discuss what happened during semifinal in 2026 FIFA World Cup between Spain and France. It really seems to me that I was watching completely different game from all these people who were criticizing France, you know, right after the game. Uh, like France was bad, Spain was great, all this stuff. I disagree with this. I disagree with this analysis. Yes, France uh, wasn't its best, and there is a reason for this. Um, but France had plenty of chances. I mean, I wouldn't say those were super clear cut chances, but there were chances, and um, France did not play bad per se. They just, and thanks to great Spanish defensive plays, France was just stifled of their play. Mbappe was basically in a drought for passes or opportunities. But let's talk about this, right? Let's talk about this. Let me start with this story. Okay, it's an ancient story. It was somewhere in 1970s or even like early 80s. So one famous coach calls in his team captains and uh, puts them to give them paper and pen and say, okay, we have a game 2 days from now. uh, you're gonna write me down your roster for this game, but don't talk to each other. Just each write down your own roster and give it to me. Players wrote their rosters on the paper, gave it to coach. Coach looked at this and said, like, guys, you have no idea about soccer. You don't understand anything about the game. Uh, and he what he meant. Each of these captains gave him exactly the same roster. All right. So he said to him, the coach said, uh, if you giving me, if each of you giving me the same roster, so there will be the coach from the opposite team. Uh, he will also know what the roster will be because he thinks same way as you do. We cannot play like this. That we need to create some nuances. We need to create some differences and special situations so that the opposing coach, and opposing team, they all week will be preparing for the roster they understand, but we're gonna bring a different roster. And this is the main problem. I always said that France has too many tools, right? So Alice, Dembele, Mbappe, Barcala, or Doué, depends who is on the field, uh, and and like it's hard to defend against everything. But the problem is that Spain is very good defensive team, and they, uh, you know, prepared for all of this, and it wasn't guaranteed that they will 100% defend because there will always be like an opening or two, but um, the France helped them. They did not change much about their game. They just came out with the same thing. Now, the second part is if you saw, for example, France against Morocco. Morocco also had possession, they had good passes and everything, but they just did not go forward. France, so let's say in this game, Spain was France and France was Morocco. And France actually was trying to, this is what my difference is, maybe not as successful in the second half, but in the first half, France was trying to go forward, right? just go forward with a decent number of players, and they were trying to pass back. So what I've seen, like Spain was holding to the ball, uh, back and forth a little bit. Yes, they were going forward, but not as fast. Like they slowed down the game. They grinded France down, and but French, they were trying to move ball fast, right? Three, four passes, and ball is already next to opponent's area. However, the defining moment was the penalty kick. And here's why. Because a team like Spain, if they score first, it's almost like Argentina, like go ahead and try to unlock the Spanish defense if they have a goal, right, already. So for France was important to score first. They failed to do that, and everything goes wrong. But I must say, this penalty was absolutely unnecessary. It was even childish. Let's see what happened. Just look what happened during this penalty. Pay attention here a little bit. So we have cross, and look in the area right here. This defender, Dinia, he has nobody next to him. Watch. He's getting the ball. Player still here, far away. He, first of all, okay, he was supposed to already see where the player is before, like when ball was flying, he was supposed to take a quick look around. That's number one. Number two, you have this, 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 all these guys looking at him, and they see this. They should have shouted him that, like, coming hard, right? Something, whatever their team code. Like when I play soccer, people shout at me, coming hard, okay? And I know that I need to protect the ball, instead of just like moving with it, because I will be attacked in the next second. And look what he's doing. You see what he's doing? He completely, like, miscontrolled this ball. Like instead of taking it up in the chest, he could have taken it down to this area, then turn around and try to clear. So what he is doing, and he's still not dead in the water. There is still some distance here, but this miscommunication, or there was no communication, I don't know. Maybe there was communication and everything was there in place, but he just did not do good ball control. I don't know, but this is really childish. And then it's just like crazy. Okay, so it's hard to explain why this happened even on this level. You know what I mean? It's like it was just like a completely childish play, sort of like even in, like a, how to say, like local league level, this would be viewed as like stupid. So, and this play started everything. But then let's look at, uh, like, again, what people say. Oh, the Spain was so good, France was so bad. But guys, look at this situation. First of all, activity. You see, France had plenty of activity, right? There is no, like, domination in activity by Spain here, right? Spain, yes, they pass ball, but they control the ball, right? And you expect them, especially if you score a goal on the 22nd minute, right? Then you expect Spain. Look, Spain had one like amazing play, they just like couple hidden passes, to go into the France area, and then a shot was blocked. That was just like maybe one of the most amazing plays in the whole tournament. But it, but again, it was. a game of two different philosophies. Maybe somebody likes that Spain just control the ball all the time and so on. One thing Spain did really good is uh, France attempted quite a few penetrating passes, right? Penetrating passes that would take player like one on one with goalkeeper, and Spain was able to stop all of them, or almost all of them, I think, or all of them, right? And then second goal was just a like a defensive misunderstanding of France. It's just like a confusion in the box. Let's actually try to see what we have here for the second goal. All right, so this is where already goal was scored. Oh, we have to live through commercial. So I want you to look at this particular play. So we have a guy having a ball, all right, passing it for give and go. Now watch this moment. This is important. This guy, he was standing here and looking this way, and he's still standing. This guy supposed to be. Let's just look just like a second before this. Look at this. This guy supposed to cover this guy. All right. All right. So he's covering, and this guy is now covering as well. Like, okay, so this defender covering number 12, this guy trying to see close like the pass routes. All right. So everybody covered here. Let's see. Now watch this. This is critical moment. Suddenly, as pass went on, this guy, he was just covering the number 20 for France. He was just covering number 12. And number 12 runs, and number 20 does nothing. He just stays. And number 5 here also just looking at the ball. And kudos to the referee who did not just like immediately call, right? Like a free kick here, right? And this number 12 goes and scores. There we go. So what you have is just losing concentration. It's a bad moment for France. This was very bad moment for France, and this is the defining moment of the game. Although, like penalty was important, it was strategically defining point, but penalty was not. You know, if you take two teams playing, each has its own plan, and Deschamps himself said that this is going to be game of chess, and who wins this game of chess will win the game. And and the penalty was basically a strategic switch, while this moment, this second goal, was not just I view it as like this is where Spain outplay France. Everywhere else they were even. Everywhere else these teams were even. Okay, uh, and Spanish and French did at least one like a last moment critical block or whatever, right? The Mbappe block from Cucurella, and then uh, there was a block from French guys on a this display when two hidden passes, right, by Spanish in the penalty area, and there was a shot which was blocked in the end, right? So let's say these two plays equalize each other, but then France also had a couple opportunities with Spanish goalkeeper Unai Emery coming out uh, from the goal, and Mbappe in one moment he like did not take a shot. If he should have taken a shot, and then things could be different. But he decided that he's not comfortable. He held the ball, too long, and so on. And now let's look in the end. Again, I'm talking from perspective that a lot of people say like, oh, Spain had this beautiful game and France was completely bad. That's not true. France had pretty good game. It's just some details were not good about it. You see, France, of course, uh, France had more possession in the end because they needed to score back, and this is normal. But in the end, possession was pretty even. Shots on goal were pretty even. Like shots, in general was pretty even. Uh, Passes. Okay, so Spain made more passes, but these passes was across the field more because France was more direct. Okay, direct passes. Okay, and Spanish goalkeeper had to make 3 saves, right? And of course, Spain scored 2 goals. French goalkeeper Mignon did not make any saves. And like I said, activity. France has more activity. Okay, if you look at it, and 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 the details that were missing from this game from France is that they were not able to, or I guess they decided not to change something, right? So, for example, make a Mbappe a decoy, right? Make Mbappe run around, but never give him the ball. Just like you guy run, they're gonna be attracted to you, but we're gonna have Alice or Dembele playing the main role today. And then came, of course, this is what let France completely down, right? This was like a second bad part of the French game, is that Mbappe got completely frustrated, and even like a free kick, and there was another kick. He just like just completely shot over the net. You have to concentrate here in a moment like this and put ball at least on the goal. Let goalkeeper make a save, but don't miss. Make sure your ball goes on frame. Okay, make sure your ball goes on frame and uh, increase chances. Like we've seen goalkeepers in the last few games had huge rebounds and so on. And Spanish goalkeeper wasn't completely immune. Couple times, like French had real chances to score at him. Let's see this. Let's look at this moment. Look what happened. Unai Simon, all the way up on top. Of course, he anticipated pass right here, and he actually got to it. Watch. There we go. And look what happens right here. This one touch and fire like a hanging, like a cross, right? It doesn't have to be a shot, just hanging cross into the net. Simple, right? I mean, this guy is professional. This guy making so many shots every week. It's crazy for him not to be able to do it, right? Let's look what he's doing. One shot, and then, so his first touch wasn't very good, okay? And then he shoots right into goalkeeper. This is crazy. That's a that's a chance. I mean, maybe not 100% chance, but 80% chance. I don't know how much percent chance you see. This is great chance. So basically, uh, here is my postulate about this game. France wasn't totally bad, okay? Unlike many many people say in the videos, like Spain, such a great, and so on. Spain played their defensive, good game, possession game, and so on, right? And they know how to control the ball. But France was able to pressure them and take the ball away. Now, what's happened after that? Yes, it was kind of like France could not thread these balls, super good, right? They the Spanish defenders most of the time intercepted these balls, and then when they had some of the chances, semi chances, free kicks, they blew all of this. So we can say that on the technical level, plus this penalty and plus the way they defended on the second goal. From the technical level, France lost. But as general, it was very pleasant game to see. It was very pleasant. You could see quality, how these people passing, and even if France sometimes misunderstood each other, you could see their like thinking, like how players pass ball quickly and how they control it, and so on. Yes, in the end, France made several like defensive and offensive mistakes, and France and Spain made this mistake, but Spain took advantage of French mistakes, while French could not take advantage of that, and this is why we have this result. So I was completely wrong. Spain defeated France and defeated, I would say, fairly comfortably. Um, you know, yes, they had to work hard for it, but Spain did not have a struggle. Right? They scored penalty, then 2-0, and there was no struggle. It's the French who had to struggle. But then I think they probably did not use properly their time between like 55th and like 70th minute. I think they could have done better during this time stretch. They definitely needed structural changes in the team because their original plan was to play same game as the previous one. Sorry, you have to change something. Like you need to give surprises, uh, and maybe one day they will learn what's the difference between great coach and some of the most great coach, greatest. All right. So yeah, this is the game. Let's watch second semifinal today and see. Again, my prediction was for the second semifinal overtime and penalty kicks. Let's watch.